Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you're keeping safe and well and having a wonderful start to the month of April. It is freezing cold here in London, but I hope that the weather is treating you well where you are. I am just out and about on my walk and I've taken a nice little break. And the worrying thing about what I'm about to share with you, and I'm going to do my best not to get emotional, is because I have been in the park for about 40 to 45 minutes, just taking in nature, enjoying the little bit of sunshine when it wants to break through. So that means if I've been in the park for about 44 minutes, that means that 4 girls and or women have died. In actual fact, have been murdered, and typically by a family member or an intimate partner. Those are the statistics globally. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, every 11 minutes since 2020, and it's probably gotten worse, but since 2020, the statistics by the UN that are reported is that every 11 minutes a girl or a woman is murdered by a family member or an intimate partner. In the UK, before the pandemic, every week 2 women were murdered by an existing or a former partner. I don't have the statistics for the UK since the pandemic has started, but either way, this is a huge global crisis. I don't know, for those of you who are familiar with domestic abuse, domestic violence, but the thing is that you needn't be to understand on a human level that no one should be dying at the hands of a partner. No one should be abused just because of their gender. It's a huge issue. In actual fact, I'll be controversial in saying it's the real pandemic. That and suicide are the real pandemics that no one wants to talk about because they are taboo subjects. And I'm calling upon everyone that calls themselves a friend of mine and everyone who actually has a heart to say that these are subject matters that we want to actually wear on our back, have it on our heart and on our chest, and say, no more, no more. I don't care if you are in an amazing situation, which you should be. Please know that even if you are not affected, each and every single one of us as human beings should actually look at certain issues, or actually all issues that are taking place in the world, and feel that if it's happening to somebody else, then as a member of the human race, it's happening to me, and therefore, is there any way in which I can be a positive agent for change? And with that being said, I actually do not have the skill set. I don't have the qualifications as a psychotherapist or as a doctor, but what I do have is the ability to say, okay, what can I do to be a positive agent for change in this regard? And that is why I've partnered with the Angelou Centre. They are based up in Newcastle in the north of England, the northeast of England. They are a phenomenal charity that for over 25 years they have been on the ground supporting women and children who are marginalized, who do not have a voice, to say enough is enough, and what can we do from a holistic perspective to ensure that we can protect women and children in this country, and therefore then has positive ripple effects on how we can actually affect our society globally. For those of you who don't know what domestic abuse is, because it's not just physical. I think a lot of the times when we think of domestic violence, we do think of the physical aspect, but physical wounds can actually heal provided it doesn't lead to death. But domestic abuse is actually more than that. It is coercion and control that can manifest itself emotionally, can manifest itself sexually, also financially. if you are in a situation where your partner is actually preventing you from working, or is taking your salary, or is ensuring that there is some kind of control over your money, that can actually constitute as domestic abuse in accordance with the Home Office's definition. So a lot of the times this is this is like very tacit, very, very tacit. It's not very present and obvious that this type of abuse, this type of situation is actually happening to a person, and it creeps up on the victim, because typically the perpetrator, normally it is a male. When we look at the statistics, overwhelmingly the victims of this type of abuse are women, and the perpetrators overwhelmingly are men. This is not to start a gender war, this is just the facts. Is that typically the physical side of abuse is what takes place later in the cycle, is typically the emotional abuse and the financial abuse, the psychological abuse that takes place early on, so that the victim can be isolated from their family and friends, and so that the perpetrator therefore then has complete control over the victim of abuse, and that's when it therefore then normally manifests itself and turns into physical abuse. And unfortunately, as I said, every 11 minutes, yes, according to the UN, which means it's probably worse, but those are the statistics that they have as of 2020, every 11 minutes a girl or a woman is murdered by a family member or an intimate partner. And so I'm asking everyone, please, doesn't matter if it's £5, $5, doesn't matter if it's £10, $10, £20, $20, £50, $50, or whatever you can spare. If you can, it would mean the world to me. It would mean the world to the Angelou Centre, and equally and probably more importantly, the families who are looking to repair, recover, rebuild their lives, who many of them have had to flee their homes, because they are trying to ensure that they can survive. And with the help of the Angelou Centre, they are now positioned to actually be in a position to have the tools that is required and the support, so that they have a refuge, i.e. a place to stay. But just as important as that is the skill set to rebuild their lives, whether it be with CV writing skills, networking, and getting back into the workforce, so that these women and their children can rebuild their lives with dignity. It's not just about having a place to stay. It is about looking at the all-encompassing way in which we can actually support people across the board. And it does take money to do so. So I'm calling on everyone, please, 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 if you can find it in your heart. I know that times, financially speaking, are appalling, especially with the utility rises that are just ungodly. But whatever you can spare would be massively appreciated. I've put the link in this live. Please, please give what you can. For those of you that would like to actually participate in an online, really fun and interactive beauty event, then that will be held on the 28th of April, which is a Thursday, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. UK time, which is 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. Eastern. Forgive me, I can't remember the other time zones, but there will be a group of us makeup artists that will be showing you how to create different looks, and just having a really nice evening online where we can all connect from different parts of the globe virtually. 100% of all of the funds that are raised will be going to the Angelou Centre, who are based up in the north of England. So even though I am in London, make no mistake that I appreciate that we need to not just keep everything London focused, want to make sure that we can support all these amazing causes irrespective of where they are. And I do actually know that a lot of resources are ploughed into London in particular and other major cities. So it's time that we show the North some love. So it doesn't matter where you're based in the globe, in the world, if I can call upon you to please support this amazing charity. They are registered with the Charity Commission. I'll pop actually all of their details are on the link. They're on the GoFundMe link, so you'll be able to therefore then learn more about this amazing charity. But please, as I said, give whatever you can. 100% of that that is raised will be going directly to the Angelou Centre. So much love and blessings to you all. I hope that this new quarter, this new month, will bring great joy, happiness, love and laughter into all areas of life. For those of you who observe Ramadan, may this blessed holy month be all that is great into your lives and that of your loved ones. May you be blessed with good health. May you all enjoy love and happiness and all that is wonderful about life today and always. This is Sam. Well, Samira, but my friends typically call me Sam, and I hope that you can enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whatever you are doing. And please spread the word so that we can support this amazing cause. But make sure that we're not just supporting the cause, that we're getting the word out and that we are exposing anyone who is abusing another. It is wrong, and it is for all of us to call it out. And if you say that you are a friend of mine, then I am expecting you to be of that ilk, that you will call all injustices out. And therefore, if you're not a friend of mine, no problem. Because I pride myself on having certain types of people in my friendship circle. Yes, I am saying that on this Facebook Live, and I unapologetically say so. So, on that note... I'm in a very interesting mood today. On that note, I do hope that everyone is keeping safe and well, and that you can have an amazing start to the week. Much love and blessings.